Have you ever reached the end of a vacation and thought, where did all my time go? The vacation starts. You tell yourself you'll learn a new skill, read some books, get fit, maybe even get ahead in your studies. But somehow, you spend most of your days scrolling, sleeping late, watching random videos, and promising yourself you'll start tomorrow. Then school or college starts again, and you're right back where you were. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The difference between successful students and average students isn't what they do during exams. It's what they do when nobody is forcing them to do anything. Vacations reveal your habits. And today, I'll show you exactly what successful students do differently during their breaks. Because a few weeks can either move your life forward or disappear forever. Let's get into it. First, they rest without feeling guilty. Most students make one of two mistakes. They either waste the entire vacation, or they try to be productive every single day and burn out. Successful students do neither. They understand something important. Rest is productive. Your brain isn't a machine. After months of classes, assignments, and exams, your mind needs recovery. Research shows that rest improves memory, creativity, and focus. That's why successful students take the first few days of vacation to relax. They sleep properly, spend time with family, watch movies, play games, go outside, and they don't feel guilty about it. Because recovery isn't laziness, it's preparation. But here's the key. They don't turn a few days of rest into a few months of inactivity. Which brings us to the next habit. Second, they build one skill. Average students consume. Successful students create. During vacations, successful students pick one skill and focus on it consistently. Not 10 skills, not 20 goals, just one. Maybe it's learning video editing, maybe coding, public speaking, graphic design, writing, a new language, anything valuable. Why only one? Because the brain learns faster when attention isn't scattered. Imagine spending just 1 hour a day on a skill. For a 60-day vacation, that's 60 hours. Most people never spend 60 focused hours learning anything. And that's why they stay stuck. You don't need to become an expert. You just need to become better than you were yesterday. Small improvements create massive advantages over time. Now let's talk about something most students completely ignore. Third, they stay physically active. Successful students know that productivity doesn't start in the mind, it starts in the body. Think about it. When you sleep badly, eat junk food, and never move, how motivated do you feel? Probably not very. Exercise increases energy levels. It improves concentration, it reduces stress, and it boosts confidence. The best part, you don't need an expensive gym membership. A daily walk, a short workout, playing a sport. Even 20 minutes is enough. The goal isn't to become a fitness model. The goal is to keep your body working for you instead of against you, because a healthy body makes everything else easier. And that leads to another powerful habit. Fourth, they design their days. Here's something that might surprise you. Successful students don't rely on motivation. They rely on structure. When you wake up with no plan, your brain chooses the easiest option, usually your phone. One notification becomes 20 minutes. 20 minutes becomes 2 hours. And suddenly the day is gone. Successful students avoid this trap. They create a simple daily framework, nothing complicated. Maybe morning for exercise and learning, afternoon for hobbies or family, evening for relaxation. That's it. The structure creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. You don't need a perfect schedule, you just need a direction. Because a day with a plan almost always beats a day without one. But there's one more thing successful students do that changes everything. Fifth, they reflect on their future. Most students spend vacations escaping reality. Successful students spend some time designing their future. Notice the difference. They ask themselves questions. What do I want next year to look like? What habits are helping me? What habits are hurting me? What skills will matter in the future? Where do I want to be 1 year from now? These questions create clarity, and clarity creates action. You don't need to have your entire life figured out. Nobody does. But taking even 30 minutes each week to think about your future can completely change your direction. Because it's hard to reach a destination you've never chosen. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. Vacations are not just a break from school, they're an opportunity. An opportunity to rest, to grow, to learn, to improve, and to become the person your future self will thank you for becoming. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be productive every minute. You don't need some magical morning routine. Just use your vacation a little better than most people. Because while others are wasting weeks, you could be building a better version of yourself, one small habit at a time. And years from now, those small habits may be the reason your life looks completely different. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.